Hey, everybody. It's your boy, Sean McLaughlin, at Options Sean on Twitter X. Today is Friday. I almost said Thursday. Today's Friday, August 29, 2025. Hope you're doing well. I'm back in the home office after a very quick, basically 24 hours in Manhattan on Wednesday and Thursday. But I'm happy to be back home. I had a great time in New York, as short as it was, but I'm happy to be home. Very fun weekend happening around here. I'm playing in a family wiffle ball picnic tournament tomorrow. My son, 11-year-old, is a big wiffle ball fanatic, him and his buddies. And this is the second year we're doing this. We did this last year. So this is the second annual wiffle ball family picnic. So basically it's family teams. So like, the little kids and their parents, that's one team, and then another team and another team. Anyway, got that going on. My favorite baseball team, the Chicago Cubs, are in town playing the Colorado Rockies in Denver. I'm going to go to that game on Sunday afternoon, I think. So, yeah, big baseball weekend and college football starting. Whew, man, a lot going on. A lot going on this weekend. Anyway, it's Friday, and I wanted to make sure we got the jam session snuck in before we all head off for the weekend because we couldn't do it yesterday due to my travel. I was in New York. I was in Manhattan. I was having meetings, doing stuff. I had an appearance on Yahoo Finance yesterday morning, so it didn't work with my schedule. But hey, this is the All Star Options Jam session. So if this is your first time tuning in, what we do here is we review open positions within the All Star Options service. We review any positions we may have exited or adjusted over the past week. Will update some stops. We have a bunch of stops to update today, which is great. That means they're mostly working for us. And we'll do a quick review of the new trades that we've entered in the last week since we last spoke. So let's just jump right into it. All right. Let's start with the S&P 500 chart. We made a new all-time high yesterday. We're giving some back today. Certainly not an alarming give back yet. I mean, totally warranted, normal pullback. What are we down? We're down 0.5% today, 50 basis points. No big deal. Nothing to scream about. There's a big circle here because this is one of the new trades that I put on this week, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But the S&P 500 made a new all-time high yesterday. And it's still a bull market until proven otherwise, right? We say that all the time. Like only price pays. We can have all the reason in the world to think the market's going to roll over or at least stop going up. But until it stops doing that, we have to act accordingly. We have to be of the mindset that every dip should be bought, right? If we would have bought this dip back on August 1st, we would have done pretty well. If we would have bought this dip that ended on August 21st, we probably would have done pretty well. That's what we need to do. That needs to be the mindset. So until proven otherwise, that's what we're doing. Let's just do a real quick look at VIX. What's VIX telling us? VIX is telling us a whole lot of nothing, right? We've got a 15 handle on the VIX, and it's just kind of a whole nothing burger, right? With volatility. So you know what? And that's fine. We're skidding into the end of summer here, right? This is the last Friday of summer. Labor Day weekend is the unofficial end of summer. So yeah, things are probably going to start getting a little bit more exciting starting next week. That would be my hunch. Okay, so let's talk about any positions we've closed in the last since we last spoke. Actually, did we talk about these last week? I think I don't have any new updated exits. Yeah, these are all positions we exited the previous week. I haven't updated my spreadsheet here. Let me just confirm something on another screen here. I just want to make sure that this is in fact, when you've been traveling, you forget what you're doing. Let's see. Our last exit was on August 20th, which was Galaxy, this one right here. So yeah, we didn't exit any positions this last week. Okay, great. Great. I don't want to be exiting positions because that probably means I'm cutting losses, right? So no positions exited this week. That's great. We do have some updated stops to talk about, and maybe let's talk about this. Okay, so I'm throwing myself a curveball here. This isn't exactly what I planned on talking about, but we have two positions that have September options, which we need to start getting mindful of our exit because now that we're in September, or we're going to be in September starting next week, we want to kind of tighten up our stops on these positions. My tongue is not working. All right, so first up is Hut. We're long the September. Nope. False alarm. See, this is what happens when I don't prepare. These are September 2026 calls, Sean. We got a whole nother year on these things. So forget everything I said about Hut. We do have one position. And we were going to talk about this one because it's right below our stop as we're speaking. These are September options. We're long a bull call spread in VEEV, ticker VEEV. We're long the 250 calls. We're short the 300 calls. This position had been kind of hanging in this range, which I felt was pretty bullish for a while. But man, the last 2 days we had earnings for VEEV a couple days ago. The follow through post earnings is not very good. My stop is 270. We are through 270 as we're speaking right now. I'm going to wait to see how this closes, right? We could get a bounce. It's very, I don't want to say it's likely, but it's very possible we can get a bounce and this stock could close up above 270. But I'll tell you this, because the next trading day will be Tuesday, and that will be September 2nd. We'll be in the month of September. And these are September options. That's when I get super aggressive with my stops. And I want to place my stops at, the nearby 3 or 5 day low. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, the way this thing's trading right now, whatever today's low is, that's going to be our stop. Well, I should say this. If we close below 270 today, then we are for sure getting out of this on Tuesday, as long as it stays below 270, as long as it doesn't have like a big opening gap on Tuesday morning. But if it closes below 270, we're likely out on Tuesday morning. If this thing does turn around and rally and it gets back above 270, I'm going to use whatever today's intraday low ends up being. I mean, we're making new lows as we speak, so it could get lower still. But whatever today's intraday low is, actually, no, 270 is a stop. Look, I'm thinking through this in real time, guys. I'm sorry. The stop is 270, right? Because we're there right now. So if we at any point now for below 270, we're out. Now, if this thing rallies and this, puts in a durable low here and closes back above 270 and doesn't revisit 270 over the next couple of weeks, then as we're moving forward, I will hope to raise my trailing stop below a trailing 3 to 5 day low. And I'll keep everybody updated on the stop in the All-Star Options chat room. If you're not in the All-Star Options chat room and you're an All-Star Options member, what are you doing? Are you even here? Come on, get into the chat room. It's not just me in there. Everyone's in there chatting, talking about ideas. We have multiple sets of eyeballs watching the market. I love it when a stop loss level gets triggered and people in the chat room are chiming, hey, we're below that level, heads up. It's like, it's great because we're all a team. So if you're not in there, get in there. And if you're not a member of All-Star Options just in general, the link's in the chat, guys. Get in there, become a member. And a little birdie told me that the bean counters, the money people here at All-Star Charts, they're running a crazy, insane promo this weekend, Labor Day weekend. So I think you'll be able to get a subscription to All-Star Options at a incredibly dirt cheap level if you're not already involved. So if you're not, get involved, please. Love to have you. Okay, so that's it with VEEV. Let's update some stops. We got a bunch of stops to update this week in no particular order. Let's go with the first one here, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. They just reported earnings. The market seems to like it. We are moving our stop now to 72. We have January 75 calls that we paid $1.50 for. So we're already a couple bucks on the money here, and we still have several months to go. So I'm liking what's happening here. We're sitting in some nice wins right now, or nice gains, open, paper gains, of course. But I'm moving my stop up to 72. 72 is kind of like the last low before we had this most recent breakout. I'd hate to see it come back and get below that. That would also mean we're below the 50-period moving average, which is not good. No bueno, as they say around here. So the new stop in CM, which is Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, is 72. Shout out Canada, by the way. In just, 2 more weeks, I'll be heading up to Toronto with JC and the gang. Can't wait. All right, next stop we're updating is the Applied Digital Corp, APLD. Not having a good day today. Don't like this action, but look, we're still in the money in this thing. We're making money currently. I'm moving my stop up now to 1250. 1250 is a level that corresponds with this rising 50-period moving average. 1250 was also kind of a level here in mid to late July, as well as late February, where the stock kind of ran into some upper resistance. So I would hope that that would turn and become support. So I'd hate to see APLD get below 1250. If it does, that's my signal to get out. All right, next up, the junior gold miners, GDXJ. We're along the September 70 calls. Boy, we bought the dip on these things. We were tactical. We tactically bought the dip, and man, did we time it well. Doesn't mean this thing's going to be a huge winner, but right now it's off to a great start, right? We're long the January 70 calls. They're already $9 in the money. We're doing great with these. I'm raising my stop now to 70. Would hate to see GDXJ get back below 70. That would be a signal to me to maybe, hopefully, still escape with some profits. Depends on when that happens, but we might still get out with profits at 70. But hopefully, we'll continue to raise this level, the stop loss level, as the market goes along. Okay, HUT. These were the September 2026 calls. We got a lot of time. I am raising my stop now to 20 though, and I'm probably going to leave it there at 20 for a while because again, we have a year for these things to expire. But if it gets back below 20, I just feel like, man, these crypto miner stocks, I'm just so snake bitten in these things. Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me three times. Shame on me. So if this fools me again, and if it's below 20, I'll feel like I was fooled again. I'm going to get out. But otherwise, this stop at 20 is probably going to stay there for a while, unless we get a really big run and some obvious new support levels, because we have a year for this to play out. I'm liking the start though. All right, next up, MRUS, Maris. I forget what these guys do. Doesn't matter. They're all just tickers and letters to me, right? We got into this thing back in early June. We started out as a call calendar spread where we sold the July 65 calls and bought the December 65 calls. We did it as a calendar spread because I wanted to own the December 65 calls, but I didn't want to pay the full price that they were trading at that time. Well, turned out selling the July 65 calls against it was a good move. They've expired worthless. That lowered my cost of participation. So now I'm a owner of the December 65 calls at a net cost of $6. And right now they're just barely in the money, but we got till December for this thing to play out. I'm loving the way this trade's moving. I'm moving my stop up though. I don't want to see this what I think is a constructive sideways range. I don't want to see this break to the below that 6170 or 6150 level. I don't want it to do what VEEV is doing. Let's bring VEEV back up. VEEV, I don't want it to do what this is doing, right? This had a beautiful high consolidation and now it's breaking it. That's ugly. I don't like that. So I don't want MRUS to do the same thing. I want this consolidation to resolve higher. I thought we were going to get that yesterday. Didn't hold, but maybe the next chance it'll get there. But for now, our stop has been raised up to 6150. And finally, Peloton. This is a trade that, I don't know, it kind of felt left for dead for a little while. We're long the January $8 calls. We got them back in early May. I don't know. It's just the stock hasn't even been on my radar. It feels like it hasn't really been doing much. So I haven't paid attention, but it started to awake a couple weeks ago. So maybe there's some life in this thing. We have some potential here, but I'm raising my stop to 7. I might regret that, but the way this thing was trading, the way this thing was acting, it was feeling like it was just grinding. It was just going to grind up and just be a slow bleed to nowhere. So I'm going to put my stop at 7. That 7 level feels pretty important to me because it's where the 50-period moving average currently is. It's just above this rising anchored VWAP off of the April 7 lows. So I feel like this is a significant area right around 7. I don't want to see a Peloton get back below 7. So those are my updated stops, guys. Let's bring up the old screenshot for you guys. If you want to take screenshots so that I know some of you like to share this in the chat room, please do. I appreciate it. But those are the updated stops. And that's all I got for you guys. Forgot that we didn't have any trades exit this week. Thankfully, it's traveling a little bit. It's been busy. But hey, like I said at the top of the show or in the middle of the show, if you're not subscribed to All Star Options, please do. There's the link. The link's also in the chat. It's easier to click it in the chat there in YouTube. I also have a free options newsletter. I write just about every day, mostly about options trading, sometimes about just anecdotal trader stuff. Yesterday I wrote about my travels to New York, but I think it's stuff that all traders in general actually can relate to. I've traded everything in my career. I'm focused on options now, but I've traded everything. So I have perspectives that lend to all aspects of trading. And I write about that from time to time in the options newsletter. And it's totally free. So please check it out. And again, I always say this at the end. If you like the charts that I share here, I use trendspider.com and they're offering discounts, 50% discounts off subscription plans at trendspider.com. Click the link in the chat and use my promo code Sean50. You'll get 50% off a subscription plan. All right, guys, any emails at all, shoot me an email, info@allstarcharts.com. That'll get routed to me, or hit me on Twitter or X. I still can't call it X. Doesn't work for me. It's still Twitter to me. Hit me on Twitter. I'm Options Sean. That's my handle. Happy to engage with you there. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy the last real fun weekend of summer. I know summer technically goes on for a few more weeks, but this always feels like the end of summer. Have fun, be safe, cook some hot dogs, play some baseball, play some wiffle ball like I am. College football's on if you're a fan like I am. So lots going on. Enjoy your weekend, guys, and I'll be back on Tuesday with another episode of What Are My Options, which is basically an office hours session for you guys to come in, hang out, kick around ideas about different trades, ask me questions about any positions I have on, anything you want to talk about at all, anything options related, ideally. We'll kick it and we'll use it as it's an ask me anything kind of thing. All right, guys, be well. We'll talk next week. See ya.